the next competitor comes out, and that will repeat until there is only one left standing. Will the first two participants please make their way to the ring?
The Urkel of the square circle. He better thank his lucky stars because it's the grace of some bad weather that he's even able to be in this match right now. As a matter of fact, he's lucky to have a shot at championship gold, as he just lost the tag team championship to qualify for this match. And this guy. Idiot. An absolute idiot. Why? Why do people like him? Why? The hell are you looking at?
Ladies and gentlemen, as stated, the following contest is a D1 gauntlet, and it is to decide the brand new CWF D1 champion. Introducing first, to my right, he is a former CWF Tag Team Champion, one half of the Retro Rebels, the Urkel of the Square Circle, Desmond Thibeaux.
Family Matters wasn't even that good.
He is also a former CWF Tag Team Champion, the other half of the Retro Rebels, the pop star, Johnny Romano.
Christina Aguilera was in fact better than Britney Spears. Is, I should say.
Jerion, for only the second time, the Retro Rebels find themselves facing off against each other, and a bit of reluctance, perhaps not a bit of reluctance from Johnny Romano.
Oh, gee, if only they could have done this before, they would still have the tag team titles.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you may remember last month the Retro Rebels were involved in a qualifier match for this D1 Gauntlet. Neither man won, so they were stripped of the tag titles by Marshall Briggs. Those tag titles now around the race of Dirk Darkson and Ronan Laveau. And right now, though, these two men are trying to concentrate on singles gold. They were a bit reluctant last time. The Enterprise came out and tried to assist both competitors, and neither man wanted the assistance. They wanted to win under their own merit. That match ended in a double pin. Speaking of pinfalls, Johnny Romano going for it, no.
If there's any good thing about this sequence right here is that these two have to fight again.
These two are gonna fight again, but you need a winner. You need a victor. Although You know, it's kind of funny. Marshall Briggs stripped them of the title, gives them the opportunity in this D1 Gauntlet, but makes them face off against each other right here in the opening of this D1 Gauntlet.
And doing the correct thing by going by quick pins. You want to end this sequence as quickly as possible, as you got 3 other competitors waiting to come into the ring.
3 other competitors indeed, including Curtis Wake, Chris Mason, and Rob Ocho. Swinging neck breaker onto Desmond Thibeaux.
Why does he keep looking over here? Why?
Well, Johnny Romano, he's very well aware that you have no love for him. You've been very vocal about it in the past. Johnny Romano off the ropes.
Because he's an asshole.
Language, Darion. Language.
Oh, I'm sorry to all the children listening. Somebody got to care about the kids.
Well, right now, in many ways, you know, you could say that Desmond Thibeaux was a kid to Johnny Romano. Johnny Romano was a mentor of sorts to Desmond Thibeaux. Together, they won gold for the first time.
Everyone's a kid to Johnny Romano because he ages himself all the time as he tries to age this match.
Hey, the 90s aren't aged. They're retro. They're cool.
That's another word for old.
Rep was going for a Russian leg sweep, but Desmond Thibeaux, who has certainly watched his partner wrestle belly to belly. You got to think, one of the advantages that they have over each other is they've seen each other wrestle. They know their moves. But Johnny Romano has a lot more experience, saw that coming and got out of the way. Clothesline now.
And of course, you know that string of luck that Johnny has.
Johnny Romano is able to dig deep. A lot of people say he's not quite as serious as he should be, hooking the leg here. But I think he's being very serious right here, right now. Johnny Romano, in the past, has won multi-man matches as far as the D1 Scramble, or the D1 Championship is concerned. He won the D1 Scramble at Defiance last year, a match you also participated in.
Don't sass me, Donald.
Jawbreaker now to Johnny Romano, and that guaranteed him a shot at the D1 Championship. I guess you can say he's now getting that shot. Scooping him up, slamming him down, and now
he needs to go for the cover instead of worrying about his stupid straps.
The suspenders are off. Desmond Thibeaux flying right on top of his partner. Could it be over? No. Johnny Romano able to kick out.
And he wasted precious seconds doing it.
The frustration has set in now for Desmond Thibeaux. As we said, both men, it would seem, have agreed to just leave nothing.
Oh, he's looking to put it away here.
To leave nothing outside, to leave it all in the ring. They're going to give each other the best. Scooping him up into a small package, and he got him!
Why? How does this keep happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, Desmond Thibeaux has been eliminated.
Look at his luck streak. Oh, wait a minute.
And now, Rob Ocho. Rob Ocho coming out to pick the bones on Johnny Romano. Rob Ocho, who was a tag team champion, but those tag team championships now around the waists of new champions in Dirk Darkson and Ronan Laveau.
For the time being, anyway.
Rob Ocho planting his head right into the mat. It could be over for Johnny Romano. No! Johnny Romano, the pop star, like the 90s he represents, will not die easily. Will not go quietly into that night, to quote a very famous movie from the 90s.
Shut up.
Swinging neck breaker now.
Well, swinging the hips.
Suplex following it up.
A little Viva La Rasta action here. With a little bit of...
Fisherman suplex into the pin. No, still not enough. Johnny Romano, as you said, that luck streak, or as I like to say, that extra grit starting to kick in.
You can't confuse grit with luck, Donnie. That's not a thing.
Rob Ocho, though, you gotta figure he has the advantage. He's the fresh man. Johnny Romano is already spent from going head-to-head with Desmond Thibeaux.
He's got to stay focused. That's the key point is he has, and just like that,
Eating 2 boots for his trouble from charging in now. Johnny Romano out of the way, colliding with that top turnbuckle.
he let the
Johnny
audience
Romano
rile it.
Brandon Spear! Brandon Spear! Hooking the legs, and it's over!
He let the audience rile him up and paid for it.
Rob Ocho has been eliminated. The next participant, the Southern Brute, Chris Mason.
The Southern Brute, Chris Mason, one of the most intimidating men we have on this roster. Not to mention a beast that is well rested and has one goal in mind, and that is to pop the pop star. A quick handshake there of good sportsmanship, and Chris Mason.
I'm gonna throw up.
Chris Mason going to actually give Johnny Romano a moment there to catch his breath.
Why?
That
Why
moment is
would
over.
he? Why would he?
Throwing Johnny Romano around.
Break him in half and end it.
Doing it right there, perhaps, almost breaking him in half. Once again, just tossing Johnny Romano around. Gonna hook the leg. Johnny Romano able to kick out, though. Johnny Romano so far has 2 pinfalls in this gauntlet match. But bad enough you got to face a third man who's fresh, but a third man that's as tall as Chris Mason. That's as
And
big
let's
as
not
Chris
forget
Mason.
that Chris Mason has not been pinned yet.
Spine buster onto the pop star. Johnny Romano still able to kick out.
Of course, he would have been pinned last month if it wasn't for my opponent later on, but that's a different story. Right now, he needs to focus on breaking Johnny Romano.
Of course, Chris Mason won his way into this match by winning that contest, that triple threat between you, Jace, and Jace Miles. Jace Miles ate the pin there. You almost had the victory, but not quite. I'm sure you and Manimal can settle up later on tonight. But now, Chris Mason with the clothesline about knocking
Short
Popstar
arm
out of his
clothesline,
boots.
I know very well. It does me a lot of good.
A move you used to great effectiveness in your repertoire.
Unfortunately, didn't get the job done here. What was it?
Going for the pin, but no. Johnny Romano, that seasoned veteran, calls Chris Mason slipping there for a moment. But a boot to the head. Johnny Romano's got to be spent. And Jay Blanchard, our referee, checking on him, probably concerned about the well-being of Johnny Romano. We certainly want to see Johnny continue to compete here in the CWF.
Who is we?
Well, we being me and all these people. Johnny Romano slipping up into a pin attempt here, and he got him! Oh my God! He got him! He got him! He slayed the Southern Brute!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Southern Brute Chris Mason has been eliminated.
This idiot just pinned Chris Mason.
How? How do you do that? But now,
Ladies and gentlemen, the final participant, Curtis Wake.
Curtis Wake, who made his debut a little bit earlier in the year here in the CWF.
This is what doesn't make sense about you.
I'm as flabbergasted as you are. Johnny Romano becomes the first man to get a pin on Chris Mason.
When did this luck, is this luck gonna run out with Curtis Wake? Please let it run out with Curtis Wake.
Curtis Wake, you know, got lucky and he drew the last spot. And he's going up against the man that started this
perfect
match.
ticket. He's the last man. He needs to stop talking and get the job done.
Qualified for this match by beating Jet Danger last month. This is his first shot at singles gold. Hooking the leg. Johnny, the pop star, able to kick out. The pop is still pumping in the
Stop dancing,
star.
Donnie.
Johnny Romano slapping the mat.
Curtis Wake
As if to
slapping
say,
Johnny.
come on, baby, one more time. Much like the pop star he has on his shirt. Johnny Romano down, but now back on his knees, trying to get back to a vertical base. Curtis Wake gonna try to not let that happen. Laying in the strikes.
Oh, come on, Curtis. Put the kill shot.
Curtis Wake misses. Johnny Romano with the clothesline, knocking him into the corner. Johnny Romano, snapmare now. Curtis Wake gonna try to finish it here with a strike to the head. But Johnny Romano still able to kick out. Johnny Romano, been in it since the beginning. Pinned Desmond Thibeaux, pinned Rob Ocho, and most shocking of all, pinned the Southern Brute Chris Mason.
How is he the first? When does this luck run out?
Curtis Wake taking his time here, and this is very dangerous. Don't give Johnny Romano any time to catch his breath.
Keep his foot on the gas to get the job done to win the championship. Championship gold is on the line. He needs to act like it.
Acting like it right there, the pop star, but the pop star still back up to 1 foot, absorbing that blow. Curtis Wake gonna try to finish it perhaps with this next maneuver. Pop star down on the ground once again. Referee checking on him, perhaps seeing if the pop star even has enough to continue.
He could have took out his neck, but he's not going for the cover. He's admiring his handiwork.
You like to tell me the time to admire your handiwork is when you're watching a recap of the match, but not during the match.
Taunting Johnny, there.
Johnny Romano able to kick out.
It's too little, too late.
Johnny Romano, only 1 pin away from winning singles gold here in the CWF.
There you go, deep headlock in it. Try to pop his head like a zit.
Trying to pop his head indeed. Everything is slowed down. Curtis Wake, the fresh man so far, has that headlock locked in good and tight right in the middle of the ring. Going to make sure that Johnny Romano can't reach out for one of the ropes to get a rope break. But this crowd starting to clap in rhythm, and that rhythm is reaching the ears.
Donnie.
That rhythm is reaching the ears of the pop star, and he's still got some pep in those steps. He's still got a dance to do. Right now, dancing that elbow into the sternum of Curtis Wake. The hold is broken. Johnny Romano with the clothesline now. Johnny Romano connecting again. Pin it, could be over. No! Curtis Wake able to kick out.
And he might have tweaked something in his neck trying to kick out of that.
Trying to clutch onto his neck.
Sometimes you try to get the best leverage you can, but when you try to get out of it, muscles don't work in your favor.
Johnny Romano turning him over, switching him around, going into a schoolboy. No!
Curtis Wake trying to realize where he's at, almost slipped away with
another one. Spear! Another Britney Spear! Gonna do it here! Yes! 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 We have a new champion!
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. Johnny is the D1. This is what? How?
Johnny Romano!
This is not happening.
Johnny Romano, the pop star, the man who has been almost a day one soldier since 2019. I have seen this man competing in the CWF, and now, finally, after 6 years of hard work, Johnny Romano is a singles champion here in the CWF. Congratulations, pop star. You've earned it.
Earned it with luck. A luck train he's rode all the way up here. I still don't understand how this happens. How is he this lucky?
It is not luck.
I
It is
disagree
grit.
with that.
It is determination. They don't build them anymore like the pop star Johnny Romano.
That's because they're all retired, but that's a different story.
Soak it in, Johnny, just soak it in. Chris Mason, Desmond Thibeaux have come out here to congratulate him as well. Now they're going to let the new champion soak it in. An adulation he very much deserves. Johnny Romano, I am proud of you.
I can't stand this. I can't stand this. Someone turn this storm off. What? Why would anyone hug this man?
Well, once again, a congratulations to Johnny Romano.
Don't point at me, it's only a matter
I
of
see ya, Johnny.
time.
I see ya. Well, Darion, what a CWF conspiracy we've had so far.
I don't want to talk
New
about it.
champions crowned in competitors that were basically new to this company, and now a new champion in Johnny Romano.
Not only did he pin Chris Mason, he pinned everybody in this gauntlet, and he's the new D1 champion. I'm going to be sick.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a short intermission, but we will be back with more CWF
You will be back for the
conspiracy.
fall of the Manimal Kingdom.